Here at Credit Suisse, we actually get very close to what the donor wishes to accomplish with their philanthropic capital. They're no less results-oriented than they are in their financial or business life. So we help define exactly what they want to accomplish, what success would look like, appropriate benchmarks. We find that many of our clients actually learn the most by sharing with their peers in a similar sector.
Evaluating impact and assessing results in philanthropy in the nonprofit sector is one of the toughest challenges that any philanthropist faces. You know, in the corporate sector, we have an agreed upon set of measures about how a company is doing and what its market share is and things like that. In the nonprofit sector, we're often really trying to change the world, and it's very hard to measure progress toward those kinds of large, complex goals. One of the most important things to do when you're trying to get a good handle on whether you're making progress is to make sure that you frame the question really carefully. What problem are you trying to solve? How are you trying to solve it? And then how will you see whether progress is being made along the way? If you don't ask the question properly, you really can't figure out a good answer. So for many owners, it's important to understand what are the components of the program that they're funding. How many people will it reach? How many acres will be involved? How many people will be made aware of the campaign? Those kinds of measures of activity and output are often good milestones toward a longer-term goal, which might be employment, conservation, new policy.
With the white paper, we find that in this day and age, evaluation is very much a prevalent term among philanthropists. Many donors find that they should do it. Many feel that they don't have the time. And so this white paper is really a collection of best practices to distill in a very realistic way how a funder can start measuring their impact. And we feel at Credit Suisse that less is more in terms of being effective. So the most important thing that's expressed in our white paper is to measure the one or two things that are most important to you. Not everything has to be measured.
Well, we're very proud to have been a Credit Suisse partner in developing this white paper, and we really hope that philanthropists look at it not as a set of answers, but as a set of questions that they need to ask themselves about their philanthropic initiatives and how they want to think about being involved in assessing progress.
One mistake, so to speak, is understanding or failing to understand the proper time period that you want to allocate to a certain investment. It could take years depending on how ambitious your program is. And another mistake, which we often advise our clients against, is not sharing your findings with other people in your field of interest. And that could actually be not just with funders, but also with organizations and grantees, because they may be in the best position to teach you what is working and what's not working so well.
We really recommend that philanthropists work in partnership with the nonprofits that they're funding to try and develop a good plan for evaluation and assessment. Those nonprofit organizations really understand the landscape. They really understand what the milestones will be. This is what they do day in, day out. And so that's a way for a philanthropist and the nonprofit leader to really come closer together, develop a shared understanding of the problem and its solution.